Saturday 4 in the morning, myself and the Central Dispatch received several calls concerning shooting that took place on the Bishop Hill Road, close to the supermarket. On arrival, the patrol encountered a vehicle halfway in the bushes and two victims that were outside of the car, a female and a male victim who was not showing any signs of life. The road was closed off and forensics was busy uh, doing with picking up clues at the location.
The male in question was fatally shot, was it, Inspector?
Yes, he was. His initials is SG, and he was fatally shot, and he was found close to the supermarket, which is at Bishop Hill.
What's the condition of the female?
Up to now, she's in good condition. She's safe, and we're busy questioning her at the moment over this incident also.
Obviously, the investigation is ongoing, but were you able to at least identify as to what led to the shooting?
No, and that's something we're asking the public to assist us with. We has no good direction as yet into the reason behind the shooting, and we're asking for cooperation for anyone who would have an idea why this serious situation took place.
And this took place on the Bishop Hill. What time?
We received the first call about just after 12 in midnight.
Based on your preliminary investigation of the area in particular, Inspector, what are some of your discovery, if you're able to share that?
Only thing we could share that we know that several shots was fired, and next to that we has no not much info on top of the situation at the moment.
I'd like to thank all the persons who came out and attended this particular event. We had approximately over 85 persons, I believe, in the room itself, and had some other persons out by the door. And these events means are to inform the public, and I hope that the students, especially who came to this workshop, applying to the schools in the Netherlands, appreciated the information, and if they need more information, they can always come to our offices for that information, or they can call 543-1235 and ask for a career guidance counselor and make an appointment. It's very important to be informed, especially when you're going to a place like the Netherlands, because the information changes so rapidly. And that's what we try to provide information to the public so that they're well informed.
What were some of the common questions asked during this workshop?
Some of the common questions were about applying, for example, to Dutch funding, which is dual, and what they would need. Also to some of the questions related to the schools in terms of when you're coming out of which school, which section, for example, you can apply to. Those were some of the common questions. Also, some of the other questions were students who are underage, like, for instance, they're 16 years of age, they finished high school and they want to go to the Netherlands. Can they go to the Netherlands? What they need to do in order to go to the Netherlands, for example, to continue their studies.
Mm.
Yeah, and of course, it means like most of those questions came from parents, because parents want to know. And we provided as much information as possible to these parents, and we also advised them that if they need more help, they can always come to our offices.
Based on the attendees of Thursday's event, Mr. Chance, one will believe that there is a hunger for information as it pertains to students traveling to the Netherlands in particular. What's next for SSSD?
We have another workshop coming up. Offhand, I don't know the date. I think it's in September. But this particular workshop is specifically for students from the Sandale School, the St. Martin Academy PSV, and the Milton Peters College VSBO, the PBL, PKL, and TKL schools. And these students, make up the majority of secondary school students on our island. And, of course, they come to us, a lot of them come to us, say, hey, I can't find a school. I want to continue. What do I do? And, of course, we're going to highlight the different options to them. And it's important for them because, again, as I said, a lot of them may not be looking at academic subjects. Sometimes they're looking at vocational too.
Mhm.
So it's good to know what is out there.
You also have students traveling to Canada and or the U.S. to further their education in specific fields. How would you compare those traveling to the Netherlands versus that of those moving to North?
Those moving to the U.S. and Canada typically would have to show, hey, they have the finances in place to be able to continue their studies in the U.S. and Canada. However, those traveling to the Netherlands can always get funds for their education from the Dutch government, from DUO. And the difference between the two is that, for instance, you have a group of students, sometimes they get funding from St. Martin, the government of St. Martin, and they have those that, for example, just look to get funding from the Dutch government and the Netherlands. And those students who just up and leave on their own without funding from the government of St. Martin are considered free movers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of free movers going to the Netherlands also. So they have the ones who are under the financing from the government of St. Martin, while they have the free movers going on their own.
SXM Daily News is speaking to the head of the sports department here on St. Martin, Ms. Janelle Richardson, and she is basically one of the ones that is responsible for this cultural, sports, and other event. Talk to us about today's attendance and how is it going so far?
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity to bring awareness to what we have to offer on St. Martin, where it pertains to health, culture, and sports. The day today, it's the 8th annual. So since 2015, the Department of Sport has been doing the health fair. And then we joined forces with the Department of Culture, and this is their 5th time partnering with us for this event. And then last year, for the first time, we decided to partner with Nagico. They've been doing a health fair, I believe, for about 6 years. So last year, we decided to pool our resources together and expertise to be able to put on this event. So this year, we have over 80 organizations between health, culture, and sports. We have a lot of activities going on the field, from yoga classes to salsa classes to capoeira. I heard on the microphone that the police were challenging a whole bunch of people as well. They have an elite team here with an obstacle course as well, a timed obstacle course, so they're doing that as well. We have Youth Brigade, they have their own obstacle course as well. So yeah, it's so much going on down here.
Does the possibility exist that we can do this at least twice a year?
Oh my goodness!
I know, it's a lot of work.
Organization of such an event, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And then from a marketing perspective as well, and that's one of the main reasons why we do this as government in collaboration with Nagico, because we know that the organizations don't necessarily have the financial backing or the manpower to be able to, put themselves out there, So we are using our resources as government, as Nagico, to be able to promote this type of an event, which by extension promotes these organizations. But from an organizational perspective, logistics, I've been here since like 5:30 this morning, and walking around making sure that all the vendors are okay. We had tents set up for everyone, so it was free for them to be here. They didn't have to pay to participate. We have electricity, we have Wi-Fi, we have a bouncy castle for the kids, so if the general public when the general public comes, the kids have activities to do as well. We have free popcorn for the kids as well. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, and we're hoping that it's beneficial to the organizations, that they're able to increase on their membership as well. They're able to get sign-ups. In the current tent that we are in, they're displaying cultural wear, and I know for the cultural parade for St. Martin's Day, they're also signing people up to engage in the cultural parade as well. So it's useful for the people who are here, and that's what we're trying to do, highlight everyone.
Mealtime rules. Don't serve yourself first. Do not eat with your mouth open. Don't rest your elbows on the table. Don't make noise when eating. Does not apply when enjoying KFC buckets. When we bucket together, we are as we really are.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
During the hurricane season, a potential tropical cyclone can produce rainfall that can cause flash flooding and rockfalls. Stay away from flood-prone areas during heavy rainfall, such as Jump Up Casino on Emil Plain Road in Phillipsburg, ATLH Road Roundabout, L.B. Scott Road from Emilio Wilson Park until Cake House Supermarket, Zaker's Gut from Petro Plus gas station until the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Welcalaken Road K Hill from Welcalaken Road Roundabout until the One-Tete Loke Roundabout, Beacon Hill Road from Sunset Bar and Grill until the beginning of White Sands Road, and Rhine Road, also known as Mullet Bay Road, after Sonesto Maho Beach Hotel to the entrance of Kupakoi from the intersection of the University Drive until the intersection of Rio Grande. For more information on how you can keep yourself and your family safe this hurricane season, visit stmartingolf.org/hurricane. This public service announcement is brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
As many have probably already noticed, in the Simpson Bay Cold Bay area, we opened up one headquarters on that side of the hill, which is meant to kind of allow us to meet with those communities. And we are now launching the second headquarters to cover the Phillipsburg side of the hill, so to speak. So it will be at the former Mr. K Cigar Lounge in Sucker Garden. Right there on the corner, we will be having Sweet Pan Entertainment. We will be having some food and some drinks that will be available for persons that are attending. And those who are there, eventually during the night, we will share a bit about how we plan to approach the upcoming election. As you know, the actual official legal campaign season is going to be starting relatively soon. So we are just gearing up and preparing. We finished our manifesto. It's currently being tweaked for certain last-minute details, and then we hope to, as campaign time draws closer, to be able to release that and share that with the public. But persons can definitely come out, meet us. We are always looking for membership. We are always looking for persons who are interested in learning more about how our government process works and how government and parliament should actually be serving the people.
When exactly will this launch take place, MP?
It's happening on Friday, September 1st at 7 p.m.
Now, based on information as has been divulged prior, PFP will not be holding or having a Congress this year.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, as we informed the Electoral Council in our annual report, the goal of the party right now is to reassess, after having been in existence since 2019, our articles of association. There are some changes that need to be made, and the board is consulting on the best way forward to make those changes. So we have deferred our Congress to next year.
Let me ask you off the bat, will you be presenting a full list of candidates for the upcoming elections?
It won't be a full list, and there's a very specific reason for that. We've always maintained that, steady growth is better than fast growth. We've always believed in quality over quantity when it comes to our candidates, so it won't be a full list just as last time.
What percentage of your candidates of the last elections will be running on the slate?
I believe at least 5 of them are returning.
D.C. concerning the special counsel case on election interference. Let's get right to Ken Delaney with the latest. Ken.
Jose, in a stark repudiation of Donald Trump's attorneys, Judge Tanya Chutkan has set a trial date for March 4th. of next year in this case. That's the date jury selection would begin. That's just 2 months later than what the prosecution had asked for, but it's in a world away from the April 2026 timeline that Trump's attorneys had wanted. And immediately after she made her ruling, Trump attorney John Lauro put on the record, he said, "We will not be able to provide adequate representation. So there's no doubt in our judgment that this trial date is inconsistent with President Trump's right to due process and effective assistance of counsel." So laying the groundwork for an appeal there. But legal experts say this is really the judge's call. This is a tough issue to get overturned in the appeals court. Obviously, the Trump team is going to try to do that. But Judge Tanya Chutkan heard from both sides in this hearing, and she heard the Trump team make an impassioned plea that there's just so much material and discovery here, so many witness interviews, so many transcripts of phone calls and emails and communications that they needed years and years to go through all this material. But the prosecution, the special counsel, countered that that just wasn't the case, that a lot of this evidence had already been made public in the January 6th committee hearings. A lot of it came from Donald Trump's own files and devices and were witnesses he was well familiar with. And the judge really flatly sided with the prosecution here. And both the prosecution and the judge said the public has an interest in seeing this case go to trial rather quickly. Prosecutor Molly Gaston made a point of saying that, look, that Donald Trump tweets every day attacking people involved in this case. Even she pointed out attacking the people of the District of Columbia, which make up the jury pool. And so she said that the public had a right to see this case go to trial as quickly as possible. And Judge Tanya Chutkan, it appears, agrees with that and has set a March 4th, 2024 trial date, Jose.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
With you, the new Kentaco. A combination that will surprise the most curious palates. Combining the deliciousness of KFC chicken and the practicality of a taco with a doubly delicious ergonomic shape. Wow! Compatible with all types of bites. New Kentaco. Enjoy a double breaded chicken breast with our secret recipe. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato. New Kentaco, the innovation that's in everyone's mouth.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
It's been an exhausting week. It's been so hot. Now comes their chance to shine. France in 1, Poland 2, Ireland 3, Italy 4, Canada 5, Belgium 6, Great Britain 7, Jamaica 8, Netherlands in lane 9. The last gold on the track, the women's 4x4, and this is wide open. It was a long hold, and now the stadium erupts in noise as these 9 women explode from the blocks, ready to give it everything for one last time. It's a nice steady start by Candice McLeod. Nielsen's running well. Third from the left of picture, not able to make an inroad into the Canadian just yet. It's been a steady start from Poland. They've got a lot of ground to make up at the moment because Brossier, the Frenchwoman, is closing down. Kaczmarek, their star athlete, goes last. Will she still be in contention? Jamaica, Netherlands and Great Britain. This has been a good run by McLeod, but on the inside, Nielsen, Britain and Jamaica, with the Dutch in third, Canada just a little way behind in fourth.
A great run from Candice McLeod on the first leg. She's given Geneve Russell the lead at the moment. They're going to break on the back straight here. They'll glide, take the long route straight across the back straight, give themselves pole position, and Russell running so strongly here. She's going to have a huge lead over Amber Anning. Here comes Lieke Klaver of the Netherlands. Amber Anning was fantastic in the heats. She ran a very, very fast time. She's holding on to second place at the moment.
The Jamaican, Geneve Russell, trying to hang on to this lead. Really good strength by Amber Anning. The Canadians were coming on into the mix with Stavern, but she's now going backwards. Klaver has got the Dutch right back in this, and they're joint leaders now. This is really tight. Nothing to separate the top 3. And on that third leg, it's Peters. She was having to run in lane 2. Nikisha Price, a very, very experienced performer. Amma Pippi into the team for the final. Looks like she's trying to put in a big charge on the outside and close the gap. Jamaica, Great Britain and Canada trying to close in fourth. They've got Constantine, who's a really experienced performer. That might be the battle for gold, Jamaica and Great Britain, but don't forget the Dutch have got Bol on the anchor leg. Canada in fourth. Coming up towards the line now. Price driving for all she's worth. Jamaica, Great Britain, and watch Femke Bol. It's all to do for the 400 hurdles champion. The first gold was decided when Bol fell right at the line in the final of the mixed 4x4. Could she do something spectacular at the end here? Stacey Ann Williams driving for gold for Jamaica. It's a good lead at the moment. Nicole Yergin trying to close, and watch for Bol down the final 50. Jamaica won this title way back when in 2001 and 2015. And they're about to do it again here. Femke Bol driving to close down on Nicole Yergin. She's going to move into the silver. Is she going to take it on the line? Oh yes! Oh yes! Can you believe it? Live sport cannot be beaten for drama. She fell at the line when the Dutch looked certain to take the mixed 4x4 title, and with a fairy tale finish you could not make up in Hollywood. Femke Bol has stolen the last gold for the Netherlands. Jamaica silver, and it's bronze for Great Britain. That underlines why this is the greatest world championship we've ever seen. What a finish to an amazing 9 days. Femke Bol will never be forgotten in Budapest for the manner in which she tore through the field to seal gold where her feet faltered on the first night. You just couldn't make that up.
Femke Bol, she's tried to take part in all the celebrations, and the fatigue has set in for Femke Bol. She is absolutely exhausted. There was a wonderful interview from Bol to our colleague Rona McLeod in the mix zone, and Rona asked her, how much have you replayed those final stages of the mixed 4x4? And she said, I certainly have. More on Bol later. Third and final attempt for Yaroslava Mahuchik at 2 meters and 7 centimeters. Not to be for Mahuchik. but it is a gold medal for Ukraine. It's fantastic from Mahuchik. She puts herself on top of the global podium to go with her indoor gold from Belgrade. And Paston and Ollie Sliger's delighted behind, but Bol said she would not have won her medal in the 400-metre hurdles if it wasn't for the support of her teammates after that disappointment. They looked after her this week, and she delivered on this final leg.
Have you ever seen a finish to a 4x4 like this? She must have taken 20 metres out of the Jamaican there. It was absolutely incredible. Incredible. Look how far behind she is here, Hannah.
It was a very measured run from Femke Bol. Williams was tearing down the back straight, and I was concerned she'd be vulnerable in the home straight. But I never ever thought Femke Bol could tear back all that ground there in the home straight. What a strong run from Bol.
The Dutch had never won a medal in this event, and on the line, they've stolen the best one of all. Gold to the Netherlands, silver to Jamaica, and Great Britain finish an excellent 9 days with another bronze.